Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Adult Child of Dysfunction. Today, I am excited to introduce Michael Teferi. He was born in Washington, D.C., of an Ethiopian heritage. Michael grew up throughout the D.C. metro area and now lives in Manassas, Virginia. Michael describes himself as kind, compassionate, open minded, and caring. But after experiencing bully in middle school, he chose to let those experiences make him more empathetic rather than bitter. He's been divorced since 2016. He spent the past 9 years focused on personal growth and is still hopeful about finding lasting love. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. So we talked a little bit before, and I just wanted to kind of jump right in and talk about some of the things you're doing. But I did have some questions before you started. First, how did you put it? Um, you described what kind of poet you were. Talk about what you do with your poetry.
Sure. My poetry consists of uh, inspiration, self-help, personal growth, and spirituality. And I started writing poetry ever since March of 2025. That's when I became a poet, writer, and debut poetry book author.
Okay, perfect. So you write about all kinds of different topics, which I'm assuming is the same kind of topics that you speak about.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. So I wanted to ask you, I know you had those three bullying experiences when you were younger, and I know you described them kind of in detail, what people did and how they punched you when you punched them back. And do you do you think that helped you become that compassionate person, like kind of being more empathetic towards the people around you?
Absolutely. That was very meaningful endeavor for me.
Okay. Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I know a lot of people when they do get bullied, it's like sometimes they become scared and sometimes they become empowered and realize that they're going to kind of change things so that those people don't bully other people.
Yeah, I make sure to take care of myself in terms of self-defense. And so I've done that. I've learned a lot about martial arts. Through my uncle Abi, he helped me out when I was a young child, growing up in elementary school and middle school. He introduced me to martial arts masters and martial arts movies. So that's how I started with my own life in terms of self-defense.
Okay. So did you actually take martial arts classes and stuff?
No, I didn't do that.
So you're self-taught.
Absolutely,
Okay. How'd that work for you?
pretty good. It does. It definitely had its moments. I mean, because when I was bullied a lot in elementary school, middle school, and parts of my college experiences, and so I made sure to take care of myself physically and mentally and emotionally.
Wise decision.
Thank you.
Well, you're smiling today, so that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you had a couple questions that you wanted to me to ask you, and I'm going to kind of just bounce around in them. But I mean, you were going through this bullying phase, and then I guess you moved to Washington Lee High School, so that was in Arlington, Virginia, probably what, junior, senior year, sophomore year?
It was ninth grade in 1996.
19. Okay. So how were things different there? Like how did you bring yourself and put yourself in situations where you could actually make some quality friends?
Yeah, so I didn't make any friends at first. It took a whole year for me to make friends. I started in 10th grade. That's when I started making friends. I started making a lot of friends actually. I can tell you their names. I still remember them.
I bet.
Yeah, I started focusing on my studies and my education. In 1996, I had a wonderful experience with Miss Cassidy, who was an English teacher, and she really introduced me to the art of poetry. And I can tell you anything about that if you're ever interested in
About what?
poetry.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk a little bit about poetry for sure, because that is so poetry and writing in general and journaling and just being any kind of creative expression like that is so healing for people that have gone through any kind of trauma, really.
I concur. That's very important to me too. I think it's I think it's very meaningful and purposeful for everyday life.
So, how do you have books? Talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I have three poetry books that I finished and completed as a trilogy, and I'm working on my fourth poetry book that's in development right now.
So you already have three books already printed.
Yeah, they're printed, but they're not published yet. So I'm waiting. I'm trying my best to become a published author to market and publicize my poetry books going forward.
Okay, well, how do you now connect with people? Like, how do you show people your poetry that you're doing now?
I do it on Substack. Yeah,
Substack, okay.
it's free to use, and I created that back in March of 2025, and I've done that for the past year and 4 months so far.
So do you do poetry readings or people just go there and they can read what you wrote, or how does it work?
Yeah, people can read what I write, and I can have a Substack live event, live conversations where I can talk about my poetry as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, so another question I had, you call yourself a positive psychology coach. What does that mean to you? Like, what does that mean? I've never heard that exact expression.
That's a great question. So, positive psychology is a scientific study of helping people thrive, be human flourishing. I learned about that when I was in college at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, as a community student. I first learned about it, positive psychology, when I took this phenomenal course called The Science of Well-Being / Character Strengths with Todd Cashin, PhD. He's a uh, professor of psychology, master coach, and music aficionado. He's an amazing guy. I still remember him. We became friends on Facebook after I received an A in his course, and I learned a lot about the science, neuroscience, the character strengths, growth mindset, meditation, and many other things in spring of 2011.
Okay. So the positive psychology, so that is an actual niche or that is a
It's
certification you got?
Yes, I received a certification in summer of 2025, so last year, and I did it through the help of Miss Linda Wallace, who works at the Whole Being Institute, which is an organization based in Massachusetts.
Okay. Okay. So when you work with people, are you already coaching now? Are you working with clients?
Not yet. I've been trying to connect with people. It's been very hard to try and find people who are college students and adults who are 21 years of age and over, who are interested in being coached by me. So it's been hard to market myself to the masses. It's been really difficult. I don't know how to do it. I'm not good at it, to be honest.
Oh, you'll figure it out. You'll definitely figure it out. You figured out how to write three books. You figured out how to do your poetry. You'll figure it out. I have 100% faith in you. But I mean, it sounds good. And what I would honestly suggest, and tell me if you think I'm crazy or wrong, just keep putting that poetry out there because I feel like your heart and soul is in that poetry.
I completely agree. That's why I even created a poetry business called Poetry Business Alliance. And it's really aimed at connecting with inspired readers to helping people to enjoy poetry and to help people towards the people who are looking for inspiration to realize their dreams and to create a unique sense of well-being for the long haul.
Well, it sounds like you have a plan. It sounds like you got your fingers dabbling in a whole bunch of different things, right? You got your poetry, you got your coaching, you got your alliance. That poetry reading alliance, that sounds really interesting. So you're trying to spark people's interest in poetry for healing, right? Or just for anything.
Absolutely. For healing, it's for healing and for inspiration.
Okay. Well, it sounds to me like that's where you got your clients. Because if people come to you and you find those people, and it's a lot easier to be talking while you're talking to someone and telling them, hey, come join me, write your poetry, read your poetry, express yourself. And then you're talking about their poetry, you're coaching them. So you're doing
Absolutely.
what your dream is.
It is my dream. These are my passions, to be honest, and it's very important to me, and I value them highly.
Well, for all the listeners out there, I can tell you, and I think, I'm not preaching to the choir. You guys know this if you've ever heard me talking, but there comes a point in your life where you just have to do what lights you up. And that is the easiest way to put it. I tell people, yeah, if it doesn't light you up, don't do it.
I agree.
And people come to me all the time and they say I need to make money, and I'm like, well, what do you like to do? And they're like, that has nothing to do with it. I need to make money. And I'm like, no, it has everything to do with it. Because if you don't love what you're doing,
Thank
it's
you.
a job and it's a task and it's a chore.
You know
But if
what?
you love what you're doing, you're doing it and the money will follow.
I agree. Makes a lot of sense to me. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. So talk about, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to go back a little bit more to this positive psychology. So what would you, let's say hypothetically, you got a coaching client sitting right in front of you. What kind of things do you help with? Like, who are your ideal clients?
My ideal clients are college students and anyone who's ages 21 years of age and older. Those are my ideal clients. And there are people who are looking to be inspired, who are looking to in case people are having issues, whether it's personal issues or professional issues, I can help with people with that through my personal insights and positive psychology coaching.
Okay, so let's say hypothetically, because that's you just
Okay. Can you
gave
give us
yourself a
time to
really big
take
group
the
of
medicine?
clients, like half
Okay.
the world.
Can you hold on, please, so he can take his medicine?
Give me a
Yeah,
moment.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I was just phone call.
Okay, so we're back.
Thank you.
So you were telling about me about the positive psychology. And so I was just basically thinking, I'm like, okay, so you got this demographic of people that have issues or struggles or questions or anything. That is 90% of the world. Who would be, if I had to pick, like, I want to go talk to Michael Teferi. I want to get you clients. I want somebody to come to you. What would be their number one struggle?
It could be seeking employment, for example. I'm really good at helping people find employment. I've done it myself in my own past, so I know what that's like. I've done it in my own ways. So I'm really good at searching for jobs. I've done that myself. So I've been employed in the past, so I know what that's like. I'm also really good at getting into the positive psychology prowess. Well, when it comes to learning people's thoughts and values systems, and learning about how to recognize different aspects of yourselves. And that's
Okay.
me. I'm really good at doing that.
Okay. Now, if I came to you and I said, Michael, I just am freaking lost. I'm 55 years old. I don't know what I want to do. I don't have a job. I don't blah, 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 and all these things. I grew up in complete, utter chaos. Where would we start?
Let's talk about what lights you up. What happens? What is your personal experiences, and what brings you to meet with me first of all? And what are you looking for?
Okay. So you are literally a one size fits all coaching coach.
Yes, absolutely, pretty much it.
Okay, well that sounds really cool. I'm more, I look at what you do and I've been looking at some of your stuff just recently and I didn't get to read a lot of your poems and I need to go back and do that. So I'm going to put the Substack link in the show notes so people can go back. But are your poems are they upbeat, positive, or are they
Yes,
reflective? Or
they're
what do you
both.
think?
They're both. They're both. Definitely. Yeah, they're always positive. They're very transformational. They're reflective, and they're unique.
Do you by chance have a poem that you could read to us handy?
Oh, okay. That's a good question. Yes, give me a moment. I have a journal right here.
Okay.
It's a blue journal, and it has some of my poems.
Okay, just pick one that's a shorter one, but just so we can get a feel for what your poems are like.
Okay. All right. I'll show you the first poem I ever wrote. It's called Respect.
Okay.
All right. Reading totality and how we used to live, exclaiming in what we want to give, spreading one's dreams and lifting people's hearts is all we aim to do. Placing the burden and how we climb up to choose, elevating one's purpose in life, every voice and sing, coming to terms when one lives on every moment to bring. Time chooses you and gives the meaning of our existence. That's it.
I love it. I love it. And is that kind of the same format you use for all of your poems, or is it different? Some are long
It's
form, or
Yeah, some are long form. Uh, the majority of them are actually they have a rhyming scheme, so there's rhyme and flow to them at the end of every sentence. And I also, for the majority of my poems, are acrostic poetry. I don't know if have you heard of acrostic poetry before?
no?
Okay, so acrostic poetry is a type of free verse poem. It's a way of writing poetry where the first letter of every sentence coincides with the name of a sentence of the title of the poem. You create it. So, for example, respect. My first poem is called Respect, right?
Okay.
So when you read when you read the words, the first letter is reading, so it's R. The first letter, the second sentence is screaming, so it's E.
Okay, I got you. So when
That's
you
the,
actually visually look at the poem, the whole left side is going to spell a word.
Absolutely. That's what it means to be acrostic poems.
Oh, I want to try doing one of them.
Please do. I recommend it. It's wonderful. It's really unique.
Okay, I'm going to have to try one. I'll start small. Use the word love.
I love it. That's a
Okay, I'm going to try one and then I'm going to send it to you and you tell me what you think.
please do. Don't forget.
I won't. I won't. That's pretty cool. And for the people out there listening, you might be wondering like, okay, so I hear all this, that's great, but what? Like what with it? Guys, you have no idea, and I think Michael really has his mission, it sounds like to me, is to show people through writing, through poetry, through expression of any form, but he happens to use writing and poetry that we can get some of our burdens out of our bodies and out of our minds and put them into the world for not only you to hear and you to see and other people to see, but also when you physically write something down, you're releasing it from your body. It's the same thing if you get up and you tell a speech. And I know, Michael, you're interested in speaking as well. When you get up and you tell a speech and you voice that to 1,000 people or three people, it doesn't even matter. You are
Right.
releasing that energy of that experience from your body, and it's healing. It is superbly healing. Would you
I agree.
agree?
Absolutely. It's fantastic experience. It's a welcome way to behold expression. I love freedom of speech and freedom of expression very much so.
Yeah. And if you are afraid to put it out there, you don't want anybody to see it. I know when I was a little girl, I had journals and I wrote in them, but my mother used to break into them, steal my diaries, like open them with the key, smash them, rip them, whatever she had to do to read my diary. So I was very guarded in how I expressed myself writing. And I was like, but it felt good to write. And I didn't know back then as a kid why it felt good to write, but I know now, obviously. But I used to write and then I used to rip them up and go down to the river or go down to the river and put them in the water and let them float away. And
Wow.
now I know, and it was funny. I just kind of did that instinctually, but now I know how healing that was for me.
That's wonderful experience. Thank you for sharing that. That's really amazing.
Yeah,
I
it was. I mean, like I said, and they tell you that when you're going through healing and you want to forgive someone, write a letter to them. It doesn't matter if you never send the letter, write it and then burn it. But
I
get it
agree.
out of your body. I'm a huge believer in all of these suppressed emotions. Those people that bullied you, write a letter to them and forgive them and then throw it away. Who cares? Like that kind of expression and that kind of release is what we need to start healing.
I love that. That's a great point of intention. I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. And life is intentional. Like you
Yep.
don't heal unless you intend to heal. Like you have to put some effort into things. And so
Right.
I try to say I do everything with intention, but poetry is such I have books and books and books of poems that I found. I actually found just a folder and it had all these poems stuck in it that I had written. And it was kind of fun and then it was kind of morbid because I went back and read them and I was like, wow, I was really sad.
That happens. Life happens when you least expect it. I know the feeling. I've had times when I've been sad too, growing up because I was bullied at first, and so I know what it's like. Because I had a dysfunctional family as part of my life experience growing up. But life taught me huge lessons. And I had a lot of my faith and spirituality that enabled me to be loved by God and have friends in my life who have really helped me out fully.
Well, I think that is super important. And for the people listening, I think that's super important too. So if you had to say, like, growing up, like after that dysfunction, what are the three biggest influences you had to make you healed or feeling better or on your way to
I
healing?
can tell you, the first one is friendships.
Friendships,
Second one is music
music, okay.
and God, of course.
And God, of course. I love that. But you
And
didn't start with God. That's funny.
I know that's ironic. I apologize.
No, never apologize. You do you. I just think it's funny because you said, and God, of course. So, like, just the way you said it would be like God, music, friendships.
Yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. I wasn't
No,
thinking.
no, no, because maybe, you know what? Maybe your finale was God.
Yes, that's correct. I say the best things for last.
There you go. Amen to that. And I think that's important. But it's, again, I deal with a lot of people that don't even have that belief and don't even have that faith and that hope. I personally believe that it makes it a lot easier. And I
All right.
think, I don't know where you're coming from, but for me, it was kind of nice to throw it up and surrender and be like, hey, I can't handle this. I can't, like, I need you to take this off my plate and then just relax and just know that there was something out there bigger than me. I think that's the big concept. To me, it was.
That's nice. I like that very much. That makes a lot of sense to me too. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so tell us, if people want to work with you, how do they work with you? Is it just through Substack?
No, I have other social media platforms too.
Okay.
So, for example, I'm on Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky. I'm at Romantic Singer 24 on Blue Sky.
Okay.
And I'm also on Facebook. It's Michael.Teferi.16. So you can find my Facebook profile there. And I also have a personal Instagram page. It's called at Romantic Singer 24. And I also have my Instagram professional page for my positive psychology coaching experience, which is at Michael Teferi 24.
Okay, and I will put all of that in the show notes. So if you guys are listening and you're driving or you're not being able to write something down, don't worry about it. Everything will be in the show notes so that you can reach Michael or reach out to him or whatever you want to do. I'll put the Substack link in there so you can read his poetry. It's, I'm sure, amazing. So, Michael, thank you so much for coming on, but you're not off the hook yet.
That's fine with me. Do your thing.
If you had to give the listeners one piece of advice or words of wisdom from Michael Teferi, what would it be?
I would say that it's really important to move forward in the direction you care about with a genuine dose of meaning, purpose, and conviction.
Amen. Poof, you had that one nailed, huh?
I came out with that a very long time ago. It's my forte.
Okay, so repeat it again slowly so the audience can hear.
Okay. Uh, you can do everything you want towards moving forward in life towards meaning, purpose, and conviction.
Okay, you can do anything you want, and you can do anything you want moving forward in life with purpose, meaning. Oh, do it again one more time.
It says that's fine. I'll do it again. So you can move forward in the direction you care about with a genuine dose of meaning, purpose, and conviction.
Amen. I'm not even going to try to repeat it. You said it perfectly.
Thank you. I've learned about that many years ago as part of my life experience. It's a lived experience that I have.
Okay. And honestly, it's the lived experience that is going to let you be a coach and let you be a poet and all of that stuff, because you are expressing yourself and you are helping and being compassionate and empathetic and loving and kind through your lived experience. And I know the world appreciates that.
Thank you so much. I have to have you here during this call. It's been an amazing experience for your podcast. Thank you so much for having me.
You are very welcome. And for everybody else out there listening, you've heard it. Check out Michael Teferi's Substack. Check him out. Just see what he does. Listen to him. Read his poems. And know that if you have something that is stuck in you, and it needs to get out, that poetry, writing, speaking, anything you can do is going to step you forward to being happier. And it's going to be one step forward to that life that you so want and also so deserve. So
Uh,
I hope you guys loved this. And for the rest of you and for everybody else, come back next week. We will see you back, and you all have a very blessed day. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Tammy's Takes, where I take one concept from this podcast and build on it.
can I mention one more thing?
Yes, you can.
So when it comes to my Substack on my bio, it has my phone number, so anyone can call me too. I just want to let you know about that.
Okay, cool. Sounds great. So yeah, so it's on there in the Substack. You can reach out to Michael, text him, call him, whatever you want to do, reach out and learn how someone came from the dysfunction and the bullying and all that stuff and is now here to make the world a better place. So we will see you all back soon.